Well, hello again. Today's video lesson is on vitamins. It was originally a combined video with minerals, but it turned out to be a little bit too long, so I cut it in two pieces. So this first half is on vitamins, and there will be a second half on minerals. So let's get started, and I'll see you on the other side.
Okay, let's get started here. Before we get there, let's just remember one thing, that everybody is different. We're going to be seeing a lot of vitamins and minerals and different things come up on the screen. And if you see anything that you feel may be of help to you, take some notes, but please talk with your doctor first, because if you decide to make a big change, they should know about it, keep it in your chart, and make sure that you're doing things correctly. So I just want to say that before we get into this. So first off, I want to talk about a few definitions that are going to be used throughout. Simply stated, we're going to talk about water-soluble vitamins. And just as the name sounds, they dissolve in water, soluble in water. And they are easily lost when heated or cooked. And because they can be flushed out of your system pretty easily because they're water-soluble, these are the ones you need on a daily basis. Contrary or opposite of that are fat-soluble vitamins. They dissolve in fat and they are stored in your body for future needs. So these are ones that can build up and become toxic. So most people do get their fat-soluble vitamins at the proper levels through eating and maybe if they need a multivitamin, but food are pretty much where you're going to be getting these fat-soluble vitamins. And to transport them around the body, they do have to go with a molecule of fat. So we'll talk about it a little bit later, but just to say it here, that if you just took a multivitamin with a glass of juice in the morning and didn't eat much for a few hours, those fat-soluble vitamins that are in that vitamin are going to have a hard time being transported around. So a little bit of fat with the vitamin, a glass of milk with a vitamin, or something like an egg with your vitamin would be better off. Minerals are just elements your body needs to develop and function normally. So you probably know about minerals like potassium and sodium and things like that. We'll see those. And these next two are in a pair, antioxidants and free radicals. So antioxidants are the molecules that are in your body. They're types of vitamins that can give up an electron. And not to get technical or confusing here, we're going to have a graphic of it. It looks like basically planets in an orbit. We'll make it simple enough to understand. But they have that free electron that they're going to give up and give it to that radical, free radical, that is going around scavenging, looking for an electron to complete itself. So these free radicals are the bad things. They're a byproduct of your metabolism. And your antioxidants are going to come in and donate that electron to kind of neutralize them. So very good pairing there, and a lot of people don't understand that, and hopefully later on the graphic will kind of make that a really clear picture. And then lastly, the word here, essential. It is the word that you might see often enough with essential amino acids, essential fats, essential vitamins and minerals, and it means it's things that you need to consume because your body can't make them. So essential amino acids you have to intake. Same thing with essential fats. There are some fats that your body just can't make on their own. And then obviously we're going to focus on vitamins and minerals today. So here are the water-soluble vitamins. On the left, simply stated, they're the B and C vitamins. There's a list of the B vitamins broken down by their number and then their name, and then vitamin C also. The B vitamins are really important. They do a variety of things in helping with enzymes doing their jobs. And primarily, it's for releasing energy. There's a thing called a Krebs cycle that happens in your mitochondria, and it's a multi-stage circle that kind of takes molecules and converts them and releases energy and makes a clockwise circle. But the vitamin Bs, the B complex vitamins are part of that. So very important to have the B vitamins for energy releasing. And vitamin C, as you probably know from just growing up, helps control infections and healing wounds. Vitamin C and zinc go pairing together to help with collagen and things, healing wounds. But there's that word now. It's a powerful antioxidant that can reduce and neutralize the free radicals. Now, people ask, I just put one slide here. There were some other B vitamins in the past. These are the gaps to that list of numbers. And they're no longer listed because they don't fit that definition. And there it is. They're not essential and required for normal human growth and are required to be obtained by the diet because they no longer fit that definition. So they're not essential anymore. So there are sometimes still on labels or also talked about. So you may see them come up if you search on the internet. And these are the fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K. We said earlier that they're stored in the body for long periods of time and could be toxic if you have too much of them. So keep an eye on that. But eating a normal, well-balanced diet will usually be not cause a toxicity. So minerals, these are the elements that are on the earth and in foods that our bodies need to develop and function normally. There's a long list here. We're going to be looking at each of these, but just to kind of talk about a few, we talked about sodium and magnesium and people familiar with iron and zinc. So we'll go into these in detail. So we're going to expand now on free radicals. So free radicals are a molecule that has one or more unpaired electron. The electrons like to hang out in pairs. So if it's missing one, think of it like a magnet. It's missing one. It wants to pull another electron into itself and complete its pairing. So cells contain small structures called mitochondria, which work to generate energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. And during that process, free radicals are made. So the mitochondria combine oxygen and glucose to produce carbon dioxide and water and that ATP, but free radicals arise as a byproduct. So it's something that just happens by the normal process in your body. And while that's happening, these free radicals cause what's called oxidative stress. And that's during that process we mentioned. But your body is also producing antioxidants to neutralize that. But you want to be ahead of it. Antioxidants should overnumber and outnumber the free radicals so we can not only make our own, but also take in the vitamins that are big antioxidants like vitamin C, also vitamin E. There's several factors that contribute to the stress and a part of excess free radical production, and that includes poor diet. So perhaps not getting those vitamins that we're talking about that will help be additional antioxidants, lifestyle, certain conditions like stress, and environmental factors like pollution and radiation would cause oxidative stress. So the final part of this is that antioxidants are these compounds that stop the oxidation. So oxidation is that reaction that can produce a free radical and thereby leading to a chain reaction that can damage your cells. These antioxidants, vitamin C's, will stop this reaction from happening by giving up that electron that they have and kind of sacrifice themselves to stop the free radicals from doing damage to cells themselves. So this is the picture of it, and we're going to end here with this scientific part of the conversation. But all you got to do is picture that as like a solar system. If you remember from any classes you took, this image isn't truly what happens with an electron, but just look at it as a sun in the middle. That's the nucleus, and these electrons are kind of like planets orbiting. And to complete it, the free radical on the left would like to have 8, and there's a gap there. And the antioxidant on the right, and I'm just using, for example, a vitamin C, and I'm making example on the left that could be anything, but I just called it hydrogen peroxide as a free radical. It's going to be able to, the vitamin C is going to be able to give up an electron and shut that free radical down and say, now you have what you need, stop bothering and pulling this from our cells and weakening and damaging cells. So that's the biggest thing we're going to talk about today, the scientific. So now you know what a free radical is and how antioxidants work from stopping the oxidation and donate that electron. So where do you get antioxidants from? Well, these rich foods here, Fruits, blueberries, raspberries, cranberries, dark green leafy vegetables. Fish is rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Salmon, oysters, sardines is also helping as an antioxidant. Nuts, walnuts, and the list goes on there. So this is something, if you look up, these would be the food items that would help, that contain a lot of antioxidants. So we're going to start going through the vitamins and minerals one by one. It's basically what's on the screen. I will not try to read word for word, but just talk about them in general to speed this along. So vitamin B1 is one of those vitamins that turns your food into energy. We mentioned the Krebs cycle, and that's a complicated topic that I may do a video on. But it's also the key structure for brain cells, and you can get it in black beans and lentils, and seeds are a good source. Most people get enough of this vitamin B1, but pregnant and breastfeeding women need a little bit more. And it's also been known that people with diabetes tend to have a low level of it. B2, riboflavin. You can get a lot of this from just your breakfast. It's added to many of the breads and cereals we have. So a lot of the things like Total, if you remember that Total is the cereal that kind of has every vitamin 100%, pretty close to it. But it's found naturally in eggs and asparagus and green vegetables, and in your milk. So your cells need it to work right, and it might prevent migraines. So keep an eye on that if you're having migraine issues. Vitamin B3, niacin. Again, turning food into energy and storing it. It helps you protect your skin tissue also, and it may improve your cholesterol levels. So again, if you're seeing these things and you want to try out something, talk to your doctor. 3 ounces of canned tuna has nearly all you need in a day, or chicken, turkey, salmon. But if you're a vegan, you can try mushrooms, peanuts, peanut butter, loaded with B3. B6 is a vitamin that's used in more than 100 different reactions in your body. So B6, there's been some indications it may help protect against memory loss, colorectal cancer, and PMS. It's found in many kinds of foods, including leafy and root vegetables, non-citrus fruits like bananas and avocados and watermelon. So B6, huge vitamin used all over the body in many, many reactions. B9, also known as folate or folic acid. This is the one you'll see in a prenatal vitamin. It helps make DNA and prevent spina bifida and other brain birth defects. So keep that in mind, especially if you're thinking of becoming pregnant or pregnant currently. Found in the vegetables you see on the screen: asparagus, Brussels sprouts, dark leafy greens, oranges and orange juice. And vitamin C. So vitamin C, we talked about being that antioxidant, but it also helps your bones, your skin, and your muscles grow. And you'll get a ton of it by including bell peppers, papaya, strawberries, broccoli. We all know oranges, orange juice into your diet. So very important vitamin, easy to come by. Okay, now we're going to move over to the fat-soluble vitamins. Now, vitamin A comes from animal sources of food, and it helps you see at night, if you maybe remember that from school, making red blood cells and fight off infections. You can get some of it as a beta-carotene in other types of plant foods, and it helps prevent damage to cells and an eye problem called age-related macular degeneration. But too much vitamin A can hurt your liver. So eat those colorful vegetables, and you should be getting enough vitamin A in your diet. Vitamin D, like calcium, we're going to see it keeps your bones strong and helps your nerves carry messages. So a lot of times when people have leg cramps at night, taking a vitamin D supplement may help that because that might be related to your nerves. But again, speak to your doctor. This is a fat-soluble vitamin. You would not want to take too much of it. It also plays a role in fighting germs. So you can get this. Your body can make vitamin D just by going out into the sun for 10 to 15 minutes on a clear day without sunscreen. Or you could eat fish such as salmon, tuna, mackerel, and there's some in egg yolks too. But milk is usually loaded with vitamin D, and orange juice, if it's fortified with vitamin D, is another great source. So vitamin E here, sometimes called an antioxidant, one of the ones that kind of takes that title and holds it above its head, because it does protect your cells from the damage we talked about. Cigarette smoke, pollution, all those stress factors, and more. And vitamin E also helps your cells talk to each other and keeps blood moving. So you're going to be able to get this important vitamin from sunflower seeds and nuts, including almonds and hazelnuts and peanuts. But if you're allergic to those nuts, vegetable oils like safflower and sunflower, spinach and broccoli have a load of vitamin E as well. And vitamin K is one that a lot of people don't remember being a vitamin. It's needed for your blood to clot. So K for clotting, if you need to remember it some funny way, and healthy bones. But if you're taking warfarin, the blood thinner, you have to be careful about what you eat, because vitamin K stops that drug from working. So you have to talk to your doctor, and they will probably tell you to stop eating certain things to not interfere with the medication. But a serving of leafy greens like spinach and kale and broccoli will give you more than enough. So most people get enough vitamin K in the day if you're eating a balanced diet.
Well, there you go. Vitamins. Hope you enjoyed watching that. If you did and enjoy these videos of nutrition and health, please click the subscribe button and the bell icon for reminders and notifications. And also there'll be a link in the description to my Patreon page. I appreciate everyone who's made comments and suggestions to this channel, and I'll be making more as time goes on. And as always, thanks for watching.